Alright guys and girls, welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? Alright, check it out. Behind me, I got the 1977 Buick LeSabre, and to the left of me, I got its heart and soul, the engine. So today, what we're going to be doing is stripping the rest of this engine down. I want you to pay close attention because some very important information came up about this engine. So check this out. That's what we're going to be doing today, right here on Astral Auto Repairs. This channel is a member of the Astral Stars, which means we have a zero-tolerance policy against the harassment of others. Anybody who violates that policy will be banned. For further information, please visit www.theastralstars.com. Alright guys, here's some important information. First of all, Aaron, what's up bro? Aaron is the owner of both these things. Alright, so check it out. We was under the impression this was a 4.9 because we went on Fisher Auto Parts and looked at the oil filter, and the oil filter for the 350 and the 4.9 is different. This one matches up to the 4.9. So we ordered parts, everything for the 4.9. Aaron called up this morning and said, listen, that's not a 4.9, it's a 350. Aaron, what are you talking about? We got the oil filter. No, it's the 350. He had his cousin there who we got the car from. It is a 350, Oldsmobile 350. So we went online, did a little research. Sure enough, Buick and Oldsmobile had a 350. The difference was the VIN, the 8th digit of the VIN, or the 5th digit. One was an H, an L, and the other one, which is different, was an R. And the H and the L has one different kind of oil filter, and the R has a different. This is the R. So we had to order all new parts all over again. Dang it. So that's going to back us up a little bit. But we're not going to let that bother us. What we're going to do now is still start stripping this engine down and cleaning up all the parts. So when we do get it, we can put it back together. So being that Aaron is watching it all, Aaron, you see all the people. So what you didn't say nothing about the? I don't know why he didn't say nothing about the color. People want to paint your engine orange, like the Great Pumpkin. Or something, an orange with a yellow valve covers. Anyway, if that don't bother you, then more than likely we'll do that. So if you want us to, if you have a particular color you want it to be two-tone, one with the block and one with the valve covers and the pulleys and all, let us know. If you don't really have a preference on it, what we're going to do is what people voted the most of, we're going to do. But I'm not going to paint either one black. People got to understand that. I'm not going to paint the engine black, and I'm not going to paint the valve cover black because the brackets are going to be black, and there's going to be some other little black things. So I don't need that to clash with it. Especially if we're going to be doing inside the engine bay. We're going to clean that up and paint everything black too. So we make sure that engine stands out. Yeah, boy. Alright, so let's get the rest of taking this engine apart. We'll be right back. Alright guys, the first thing we're going to do over here is we're going to remove our carburetor. Carburetor has about 4, it don't matter, 1/2 inch 13mm bolts, and we got a little bolt ahead going over here to the brake booster. We're going to get this carburetor out of the way and set this. Now this carburetor is not going to set into the party line over there. We do not want this thing to get wet. This is going inside the house. And then once we get that off, we're going to go up here in the front, take off this bracket right here, go into the AC compressor, and then our harmonic balancer. Take off harmonic balancer. We got a whoa, what the heck, man? This lighting sucks. There we go. It's got a 1 1/8 inch bolt right there. We're gonna take that off, and then you're gonna need like a steering wheel puller. And you're gonna put those two lines, both those two holes up right there, and we're gonna pull that right off. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, we got the carburetor off. Got this bracket over here off. And good thing, look at this carburetor gasket, man. This thing was broken. This thing was seeping out like crazy. It caused a nice vacuum leak. So that one's garbage. Also, what we're going to do, here's the Egr valve. This is a 77. There's no time. We don't have no time for no emissions. So we're going to take the Egr valve off, throw it away, and we're going to get an Egr plate. A plate that covers that off. That eliminates that right there. Get that done. Alright, so where we at now? All right. Also, yeah. Here's the crew. Wait a minute, what the heck this? All right, this right here. This is for the cruise control. As you can see, it's not even there. So we're gonna take that off, eliminate that. That's out of here. The object is to get as much stuff off of the intake as possible, so this thing looks nice, really nice. Once we get this painted, you don't have all the vacuum hoses and everything going on and everything. Get that done. All right, so next thing we're gonna do is take off the intake, and I'm over here with the Harmonic Balancer, and this is the tool, just like I showed you. And this is actually called a steering wheel puller. It's the same way. And as I tighten up this, it's gonna pull that Harmonic Balancer. There you go. Pull it off. Now, that's a big crank right there. Dang it. Alright, so now we can get this cover off right here, get the timing cover off, because we are going to be putting a new timing chain kit in here as well. Alright, so let's get all that stuff off, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, check it out. We got a big pan up under the engine, because we got to twist this engine now. Any kind of antifreeze or oil and all going to come out. We want to make sure it catches all right there. So now what we got to do is spin this engine around. And this might take both of us, because what you're gonna have to do is go over there. Matter of fact, we're gonna tell you what. We're gonna set this camera up, and then we'll be right back. All right, guys, here we go. I'm gonna twist this. Oh, no! Dang it! Dang it! Go back. We got a problem here. Lock this back up. Alright guys, what we gotta do now, we gotta find some different bolts. Good thing I just saw that. We use some long bolts, and the long bolts coming out of here, if I try to turn it, it's gonna hit right up against the stand, and on this one also. The problem is, we gotta do these one at a time. These two right here, probably this one too. Dang it. Get these shorter bolts in there. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, what we decided to do, we just leave that alone and just work with it like this. At least the bolts are right here, easy to get to. I guess so it doesn't matter now. I guess we can just take the top half off and then work our way down. Alright, because what happens is, on this timing cover right here, there's a lip, inner lip, where the oil pan sets on. So to make this easy, we have to drop the oil pan first before I take off the timing cover. So we're gonna go ahead, let's take all the bolts out of the oil pan. Let's see if we can look up under there. Yeah, there they go. Take all the bolts out and get this oil pan down. We'll be right back. Can you grab a rag also? Hold on, let me get my camera ready. Okay, let me go up this side. Ready?
Yep.
Alright, got a hammer here. Alright, starting to hold. Let's see what's in this engine. Yeah, that's not bad at all. That's not gunked up. Oh, turn it a little bit toward this way. It's not really bad at all, guys. That's great. Alright, so what we're going to do is flip this over, or maybe somehow try to so it can drain into the pan. Can you turn that thing completely over? Watch out for the back.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah, so you can go walk around. With that little water something right there.
Yeah, what is that? That's not good.
You see right there where you at, right in the bottom? In the free, no, look in the bottom of the pan.
Huh?
That's an antifreeze there, ain't it?
Or water, or it could be, you know, when we pressure wash it, maybe something got down in there. Because that's very little.
Yeah.
That ain't a lot at all. All right, we're looking good here. And there's this is the oil pump for these vehicles. And your oil pump is driven by your cam, and also your oil pump is driven by your cam, and the distributor is driven by the oil pump. All right, so we're looking good right there. All right, so we're gonna turn that over, let that drain out for a while. Then we're gonna go up here and, just like I said, we're gonna remove these valve covers right now. Be right back. All right, guys, we got all the bolts out of the valve cover, and check this out, guys. I just noticed this. The EGR valve is hooked up to direct vacuum. And a lot of you guys who know about cars, even the new cars, that is a no-no right there. That means this thing had a constant vacuum leak, which means this EGR valve must not have been good. Can you separate that? Because this thing should have been running like dirt. Hold it, oil, right here. No, I got it right here. Now push that, hold that. What I'm gonna have Billy Bob do is push that diaphragm up. And when he push it up, I'm gonna hold my finger over here. And when he lets that go, that diaphragm should stay there. Go ahead. Oh, you didn't push it up? Okay, hold.
So let it go.
Let it go. Alright, that means good. That means it was no good. Good. Because that would create a big vacuum. So we're good with that. That's done. Alright, so let's get a screwdriver or something and we'll start prying these valve covers off. And see, guys, this right here, this is rubber gasket. I definitely like rubber gasket better than the cork. So that's a definitely, we're going to be good in putting in rubber high temp gaskets. All right, let's get our other valve cover off and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we got our covers off. This engine was kept up pretty good. I mean, look, you could tell, man, there's no oil, no crud, no built up in here. I like this. I'm really liking the way this engine is together. The next thing we're gonna do, we got 4 bolts right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, holding on the timing cover. And if you look right up under here, this is what I was telling you about, that little lip right there. So take this off, and we're gonna take this cover right off. Be right back. All right, guys, we got the 4 bolts out. Taking a little something here. Work this cover off, and it's got little guide pins right there, so we gotta make sure that it's gotta come off evenly. Ain't nothing up over there. Yeah, you gotta go right to the corner. Alright, there we go. We got the cover off, and what we're going to do is put the bolts back into here, and here's our timing chain. Wow, man, this thing is a nice chain. You see, it's got a little slack on it. Now, you see how this eccentric is right here? Notice how it's offset? Notice how it's offset? That's because the arm of the fuel pump comes in through here, rides up on this, and as it moves around, it pumps the fuel pump and sucks the gas out of the car. Alright, got this little shield right here. Let's take this off. And now what I want to do is bring the timing marks around so we can pop up the distributor cap and move, and so we can know exactly where our number 1 is and everything. And get that set. Alright, we'll get the center bolt for this and put that back in here, in the crankshaft. And And then we'll be right back. Alright guys, I got my marks lined up. You see the dot right there. Going straight up to the dot right there. Both of them are definitely lined up. So now we're ready to go back here, take off the cap. And these caps, you gotta push down and turn it at an angle. Turn it counterclockwise. See the hook at the bottom turn?
Am I in the group? I'll tell you what, hold on one second. I ain't it right now.
If you turn it counterclockwise instead of trying to turn it clockwise, and these got a spring inside here. That's why you got to push down on it. All right, we got that done.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna take here. We're gonna take our cap off. Oh, first of all, we got this plug back here. Pop that down. This is supposed to have two little latches going across here to hold on. They always break off on these cars. Wow, look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this post right here. That thing is rusted as anything. We definitely changing. We getting a new cap and rotor and wires anyway. All right, pop that off. The next thing I want to do is take a hammer and my screwdriver, and I'm going to mark the distributor in relation to the block. So I'm going to put my screwdriver right there. Mark that. Mark that. That's why I know exactly where my distributor goes once I set it back in. And I know, wow, this thing is safing over here, man. This thing is... Wait a minute. Put this back on. I'm 180 out. And what I mean by 180 out, guys, I got my cap on right here. Where is it at? Right there. My distributor should be pointing at number 1 over here. But instead, it's pointing over here. So what I gotta do, I gotta rotate again and see, because sometimes, oh, I should have thought about that. On some of these cars, with the timing marks right here, it going straight across. Some of them are actually 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Yeah, you gotta draw like an imaginary line. So what I'm gonna do is rotate this one more time to see where my marks line up, and I gotta make sure my distributor is pointing at number 1. We took the spark plugs out to make it easier to turn, or both were facing up. Both of them was facing upward. Or okay, we'll be at now. See, now that's facing up, so that means both of them gotta be facing. Both marks gotta be at 12 o'clock. That sucks. That means I gotta draw some line.
You passed 1 o'clock, that's for sure.
What do you mean, 1 o'clock?
I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You right here.
But see, this ain't on. See right here? That mark has to go over here. So if I turn it and put it where it's at, I'm right here, and I'm right there at number 1. So we're good with that. So now we can safely, now I know that both my timing marks on this, if you gotta come around here real close, you can see both my marks gotta be at 12 o'clock. At 12 o'clock and 12 o'clock. And which means, guys, you gotta actually have an imaginary line going straight down the center of here, straight down the center of the crank, and that mark, yeah, it's kind of dumb. You figure they could have put a mark on side there or something, but no, they didn't want to do that. All right, so let's pull out our distributor, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, let me put my gloves on. And guys, I love these older engines, because now the newer cars is that when you go adjust timing, you can't. The computer controls timing, everything. But with the older cars, check this out. This has what you call a vacuum advance. You got a vacuum hose going here, and with this vacuum hose, there is a port on the carburetor. Now check this out. There's a port on the carburetor that has very little vacuum, and as you step on the gas, it applies more vacuum, and advances the timing. That is cool. And if you wanted more power, that's all you can do. Sit here, adjust it to bring it, advance the timing. The car will have more power. Nobody really likes to retard the timing. You know, I'm not being funny, but that's what it's called. And it goes back and the car starts running like garbage. Also, if you have it too far advanced, the car will overheat. But it's cool, man. Racing car, when you're racing, when you go out there, get on the street, that's all you do. Jump out there, turn your distributor a little bit, bam, done. All right? So now we twist this, work this distributor out of there, and there it is. All right, guys, let's get this out of here, get the cap out of here, and next thing we're gonna do is take off this intake, which is held on by how many? 2, 4, 6, 12 9/16 bolts. We'll be right back. All right, here we go. We got all the bolts out. Next thing we do, guys, these intakes are heavy and these things are down there. So what you would do is take you a little screwdriver or something, and sometimes there'd be a little ledge or something. You can take a pry bar, like right between here, a big pry bar, and you can pick it up right there. But we're gonna use a little screwdriver and a hammer. And hold on, let me get
on in the seam right now. See it coming up? Huh? You see the side coming up?
You saw it?
Yeah. See?
Right. Now pick it up a little bit. You got all the bolts?
Yeah.
Alright. Damn, that really stuck down there.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna put two pressure in that one in. Now.
Hold on, there it is.
No,
Damn. It just picked up.
No, I like to be comfortable. I want to make sure she did. Everything's moving now. She ready to go. Now,
Yeah, maybe you should do the over here a little bit. Sting it down there.
taking, get some of this permatex off the side of this thing. That way I can go and get in there. It look like it's ready to come out, but
you know what? Let's get these bolts and set them on top. This one rolls out. Guys, this thing is heavy, guys. Let me get one side?
yeah.
Hold on.
Where we going?
Huh?
Where we going?
On the side of the car.
All right. Man, that's not good.
I know you guys like, it takes 2 people to pick up the intake. These things got some weight to it. Watch out for the wires behind you. Alright, let's set it down right there. Alright, let's go over here. This is our intake manifold gasket, which is also called the valley pan. And as you can see, well, no, I'm about to say that, but that's where we hit it with the hammer. And this we can just pull right up. And watch your fingers, man.
Oh, dude. Oh, I got that screwdriver.
And you guys, this is not rust or nothing. This is silicone. Because when you put these on, you got to put silicone around each of the 4 ports. which of course we're going to show you when we put this all together. Alright, there we go. Look at that. That is one clean engine inside. That's good. I like that. This engine was definitely... Oh, got the end seals. Alright, those end seals come right off. And a lot of times, yep, this one has it. It has little holes in the block to keep it as an alignment. One right there and one on the other side. And it's going to be the same as the ones in the front. Alright, and that's another thing we're going to be cleaning up. Alright, we have got this thing broken down. The next thing we're going to do is move this pan over a little bit, and we're going to take off the oil filter along with the oil filter adapter. And now we can actually sit here and take our chain off. Now to take our chain off, what we got to do is take off the eccentric and this nut right here. Take off the top gear, and then it's going to take off everything else. Alright, very bad. Alright, he's got the oil filter adapter off. There. Alright, turn that over so you can see the other side of it.
All through both same.
Good. Alright, and you notice, guys, there is no gasket. This thing just goes right up against the block. A little silicone maybe, but that's it. Alright, we'll be right back, guys. Alright, guys. No, actually, my bad. This is a gasket right there. There it is. Huh. Alright, we're going to put the bolts back in. And there's a freeze-out plug we put in before. This thing was leaking everywhere, man. And now we're going to put some good freeze-out plugs in it. Because this one, because of the exhaust manifold in there, everything was there, I couldn't get to that at all. So we stuck those in there. And they work great. But I want the regular metal ones in there. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, guys, girls, there you have it. This is the end of part 3. We got this thing broken down. You know what? We're ready to start cleaning these parts up and painting them. Need some suggestions. Aaron, if you got any particular color in mind, let me know. So, if any comments or questions, be sure to put them in the comment section below, or you can email me direct to tim@astralautorepairs.com. Also, if you're using your smartphone and we get a lot of people calling and say they can't leave a comment on a video on your smartphone, just keep scrolling. Just keep on scrolling all the way down, and then you're going to come to the comment section. Alright, this is Timmy from Astral Auto Repairs. If we can't repair it, nobody can. We'll see you next time.